You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Goat's vagina, that thing was huge.
Don't give
You
me
said
any
that,
cake.
not me.
Just come on.
Taken away by Wicks. Let's see it! Oh, it's glorious! Play action. Over the middle. Touchdown, Giants. Give me a hell yeah.
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Pinstripes, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Yankees. That's right, football and baseball balls for everyone's taste. I thought I'd switch it up this week because they're the only New York team that can actually win anything.
Let's
Jesus.
talk about the Yankees instead. Let's not talk about the Giants and talk about the Yankees because they, like, after that Sunday shit game, which we'll get to here in a second, I was so mad and just like some of those games, like the Giants lately in the last couple of years, is just like it's like a gut punch, and I just wanted to like go like take a bath with my toaster right after. So I just sit on the couch and just watch the last games on Red Zone. I was playing Call of Duty because I was like, I need to kill something, and it was the worst. But then the Yankees Red Sox game came on, and Giancarlo Stanton fucking home run. It was a grand slam Saturday, home run Sunday night, but that Sunday night win was just like, okay, well, at least the Yankees did something good. So we're a Yankees podcast.
Yeah. I am Mike Fish, of course. He is Alex Middleton. I mean, we might as well just get straight into it because, I mean, first of all, Sunday's game, the New York Giants, it started up well. It had a nice middle with the little Eli Manning ceremony. Bless his little heart. What a lovely guy. And he got to recreate those 2 Super Bowl passes. Did you watch it? Because I know it wasn't on TV.
Yeah, I did.
Did you go over it? It was on the Giants.com or whatever.
Yeah, I went, pulled up my computer when halftime went, muted it, and watched the entire thing. My girlfriend was like, what are you doing? I was like, they're retiring Eli's number. Don't talk, please don't talk to me. And, like, I did not cry. I did have tears forming where it was just like, man, I wish that we could go back to the times that we had with Eli.
I know, all those players that were on the field with him, I was like, can we just put them on in the second half?
Yeah, we needed some of the receivers. Manningham could have suited up, and Tyreek could have definitely suited up.
Because I know he's said these words before, but I definitely, at the end when he was like, they say once a giant, you're always a giant. I'm just glad I was only a giant. So,
right.
Bless him. Oh, Eli. You don't know what you got till it's gone, as they say. And I definitely think he was, the last couple of years, he was definitely taken for granted, I believe, is the word by our fans. But, yeah, I said to you before we went live, I think we'd take a little different stance this week rather than breaking down the game. I think just to break down the game, I think you just put one of those poop emojis. That's
we'll break down the game, but my breaking down the game is going to be me giving myself a little bit of just ventilation right now because I want to kill myself when I watch this fucking team. Jason Garrett, I don't understand. It is September 28th, Tuesday at 4:53 Central Time, and somehow that fuckface's card still works when he pulls up to MetLife Stadium and the training facility. Somehow he can still buzz in, and it's like, oh, well, hey, Mr. Garrett, how's it going? I don't know why the fuck that guy's there. We can predict every single fucking play. Danny, like thoughts and prayers for Daniel Jones. My God, that guy could not do anything more than he's done the last 2 weeks to try and help his fucking team win. He gives his team a lead 3 times in the fourth quarter last week. It's gone. Fuck you is what they say to him. Then he gives him, he has his team a lead, and what do? They blow it. They can't hang on, and they can't do it. It's pathetic. The play calling is horrendous. Danny, like, he can only do so much. And for as much shit as this guy has had to wade through from all the hate that's gone towards Daniel Jones, it is not at all his fault. It is the play calling. Like, we had injuries. Shepard's out. Galladay was banged up and was playing half-assed. We finally saw Kadarius Toney. How about that? Crazy.
And he got forward. He went forward this time.
He now has more receiving yards than both of us do. But Jason Garrett had to have 3 injuries on the receiving corps to like be like, hey, why don't we throw our first round draft pick out there?
Yeah, why not? This guy seems to be hanging around a lot.
And then he plays well. So what do we do? Let's limit his snaps, though. Let's limit his snaps. No, let him play every fucking down. Like, put him out there. Why? It made absolutely no sense with Galladay going in and out. That was the only reason I feel like he even saw time. Watch, if we get some of these guys back this week, we're not going to see him as much as we should. I do not understand. The logic makes no sense. And then what the fuck happened to our defense? Patrick Graham, what'd you do, buddy? What happened? Xavier McKinney. We got Peppers out there. We got fucking Bradbury's looking like a shell of what Bradbury used to be. I don't know what happened. Adoree Jackson should have had a fucking pick. Had a pick in the end zone. That's probably our game that we win. We probably beat the shitty Falcons, and we're not in the discussion for worst team in the league. I felt sick watching that team, and it made me even more mad because it was Eli Day. Like of all days, I like to
all days to up your game. That's the day to do it.
Of all days to not play like fuckfaces against the Falcons. Nonetheless, it's on Eli Day, and no, they did exactly what the organization and the team did exactly what they did to Eli his entire career on Sunday. It was fitting in a way where they just let him down. And I hate it.
And then to add on to that, Blake Martinez, I don't want to make light of it, but his ACL just blows up without anyone touching him.
Non-contact. Yeah, that's like when something like that happens, you immediately think it's like it's an ACL or something in the knee. And yeah, he's our best defensive player, so we're without that now. So that's great. Also, fun fact, we have the most difficult remaining schedule in the league now. So also not ideal. We're fucked. Are we going to go 0-17? People have already said that we may. No, we're not going to go 0-17. I will bet all of the money that I have that we do not go 0-17.
No, we're gonna win. We're gonna win our last 4 games just to fuck up our draft pick.
We're fucked. Ideally, though, if we were the worst team or the second worst team and the Bears were the other one of that, we would have the first and second pick. So just root against the Bears, Giants fans.
Well, not to get ahead, because as you can imagine, I've been thinking about this ever since the game. Because I've always been, whenever the Giants have a bad season, and you always start to see towards the end, like maybe the second half of the season, you always start to see people on social media saying, oh, I hope we lose all our games so we can get a good draft pick. And I'm always like, I understand the logic, but just the way I'm built, I cannot wish my team to lose. I just can't physically do it. I
did root against West Ham a little bit last week. We'll talk about that coming up. But yes, most times I'm just not built that way to like hate my team.
But however, I'm starting to. I don't wish the Giants to lose every game now, but I almost like I wouldn't be sad if it does happen, because I think at this point of how far we've come in the last 3-4 years, I think we need an 0-17 season for things to change.
Don't say that.
I don't think Dave Gettleman's going to get fired unless we have a really abysmal season. I don't think anything major is going to change unless we have a real shit show of a season. And I think, like we always do, I think we're going to come back at the end of the season just to win just enough games for them to go, oh, maybe next year, and everything's going to carry over again. That's what I think.
I mean, we don't have Gates. We our offensive line, like Nate Solder needs to be on the bench, but our offensive line didn't look bad. And fucking Andrew Thomas is a fucking G now. Andrew Thomas has looked amazing as the season has progressed, and I mean, I think he's really evolving into that guy that we needed to protect Daniel. Or if only we could like have some consistency on that line. I felt like just the penalties fuck us over. Everything the Giants can do to shoot themselves in the foot, they do. And then we didn't even mention Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram came back. He came back, and so makes
the good old Evan Ingram.
And then what's he do? If there, I don't know if there's a bet, but if there was a bet for a specific player to cause a turnover, there was an offensive player, I would just bet Evan Ingram every single game, because
there
second
must be
catch
someone
he has,
who's
he
going to take
fumbles.
that bet.
He fumbled that, and I was just like, tell him to just, hey, head to the locker room, bro. Just change your street clothes, and why don't you head on home, dude? Why don't you call an Uber? You know what? Just leave the key card on your locker.
I was going to say
at
maybe
that
you
point,
could.
just get out. Like, I don't want you. They're talking like maybe they can trade Evan Ingram. Maybe he's in trade talks. And I was like, I will give him away. I don't want anything in return. Just get him the fuck out of our team. He's fast. Cool. He looks flashy. He can't fucking hold on to the ball. He can't not tip the ball to the other team. He loves his favorite thing in life is giving the ball to the opposing team. And we don't want that guy. That's the worst guy to have. Between him and Jason Garrett, we're fucked with just those two alone. And we already have other problems besides just them.
I was going to suggest maybe he could just be given the job of like passing out the Gatorade to the players, but I think he'd probably drop those.
I don't even want him to do that. Yeah, I don't even want him to do that. Stay away. Stay away. He is bad vibes. He is bad vibes only. All he does is jinx our fucking team.
One thing I do want to touch on as well is, yes, the penalties. We kept giving away penalties, but I thought some of the officiating as well was like, we don't need help fucking up this game. Why are you? Some of the calls against us were horrendous.
Was it McKinney or Peppers got the one that got helmet to helmet?
Yeah,
where Mike Davis lowers his head into the fucking, like, he's running with the ball. McKinney, I think, was already lowered like to his shoulder, and like he lowers his head into it, and then McKinney got called for it. McKinney didn't lead with his head; his head was run into.
But what annoyed me, the announcers, the commentators, I can't remember who it was, but when they showed the replay of that, they were like, "Well, that looks like shoulder to shoulder to me." So basically admitting that was a BS call, but then 30 seconds later saying, "Well, Joe Judge needs to do something about this penalty." You've just said it's a BS call. What do you want Joe Judge to do about that? Like, that was not on him.
Yeah.
Like, the announcers, it was just everything was annoying me. Our players were annoying me. The officials were annoying me. The announcers were annoying me. Just everything was fucking annoying me on Sunday.
I hate it. I hate that I like this team. I hate it. I don't know what we do now. I don't.
This is how bad it was. I had a friend of mine who's a Jets fan. Even he was wow, I feel bad for you. Like, even the Jets fans feeling bad for me. That's how bad it is.
They didn't score. They didn't score at all on Sunday, and them feeling bad. Yeah, that's.
Well, admittedly, that was before the Jets didn't score a good point. It was before the Jets game started. But I said to him, I was like, at this point, I mean, I know I'm being over the top here and exaggeratory, but I think if it wasn't unless for Graham Gano, I think we might be on a 3-year losing streak at this point. Like, he's like
nails.
Only
35 in a row.
I think he should have a statue outside the stadium, even though he's still active. He deserves a statue. That man.
It's never good, when your kicker's the best part about your team. It's nice, but just
Daniel Jones. I feel bad about
where
Daniel
we
Jones.
go from here. I don't know why we can't get any pressure on the quarterback when we can. It's just like we have no coverage whatsoever. Now that we don't have Martinez in coverage, we're going to get really fucked. I don't know who New Orleans' tight end is, but if they are in your fantasy league and they're available, start them because they're probably going to have themselves a motherfucking day. I don't know. Teams can just pick the Giants apart. We love to play zone coverage and just sit and let you have 8 yards at a time. If it's 3rd and 8, you're going to get the yardage. It's the exact opposite of what we do with Jason Garrett on the offense where, we need 8 yards. All right, we're going to run 6-yard routes. Done. And then with defense, it's like, okay, well, they need 8. We're going to just let them have about 10 yards as a cushion, and then we'll press them. It makes no sense. I don't understand, and it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better right now with the schedule we have coming up. If we were going to get off the schneid, it was this past weekend, and we fucked that up. We couldn't even do that right.
Because I'm sure, I mean, I saw it from myself, but I'm sure if what's the word when someone is not a fan of a neutral fan, I'm sure they could see it. Because the Falcons, they were not good.
Mm-mm.
It was just, we were just helping
Matt
them.
Ryan is bad. They should have beaten us by a lot more than they did. They had a lot of opportunities.
If we played like that against a good team, Jesus Christ,
we're gonna get blown out against the
bloodbath.
Saints. We're gonna get blown out against the Saints this weekend. I do not doubt that one bit. We're fucked, man. I don't know what they do the rest of this season. It's only week 4 we're going into, and I'm already sick of this team. I can't wait till football season's over.
And now this year we get to watch them lose an extra game.
Right? I hate
exciting.
it. I hate everything about it.
But yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for Daniel Jones because I think a lot of people are thinking this is his 3rd year. This is his make or break year. and he just
He's
hasn't
making.
got anyone helping.
He is
He hasn't got
making.
anyone helping. So he is looking bad because of other
He
people.
doesn't look bad. He looks great. He had some fucking dimes.
No, but you know, in the NFL, if your
down
team is losing week after week after week, you know, even if it's not his fault, everyone looks at the quarterback. He is the main focus.
Unless
of the team.
you're like, I mean, Matt Stafford was that way in Detroit for a long time, and like, yeah, he goes to a good team, and look at him now. I mean, I don't think any of it's Danny's fault at all, and I don't think he's gonna have to take any of the blame because, like, what are you supposed to do when you get just trash play calling? Fucking bring in like Freddie Kitchens should be our offensive coordinator. Fire Jason Garrett yesterday and let Freddie Kitchens just run it, or Joe Judge fucking call the plays at least. I don't know what you do. Like as long as Jason Garrett's there, we're fucked. It's not going to get better. I don't know what Patrick Graham is doing with the defense. We saw the defense could play well at the end of the season a little bit, but I don't know. Dallas is going to fucking blow the doors off of us in 2 weeks. Like, we're fucked. We're going to get blown out in back-to-back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. I just don't see. Like, it's not even like I can see what's. Oh, yeah, we lost, but this looked good, so I think it's going to improve over time, and blah, blah, blah. I just don't.
Danny looked good. That was it.
Like, he is how it's not. It becomes a joke that after week 3, he is our leading rushing player by far. Like, it's not even close.
And it's not because Saquon's not good. We're easing Saquon into it, but just
he definitely looked better. The best
he did
out
look
of the
better.
3 games.
And I don't know what it is. Like, we can pass block, but we can't run block as well, and I don't understand it. Our offensive line it's when it shifts to the run block, they struggle mightily, and the pass block they're not the best at, but they're significantly better pass blocking than they are rush blocking. I don't get it.
And Kenny looked good. I'll give him that. Kenny looked good on most
Yeah,
plays.
when he's not hurt, he's got a hamstring thing already. He's always had a hamstring. I feel like this was one of the warning signs when they did sign him. They were like, hey, he's injury prone, and he was on the bike, and at least he was coming back in. But we don't have Shepard. I don't know if Shepard's going to play this week. Slayton, although he fucks up anyways, like Slayton's not there. Colin Johnson was our guy. Like, that was our leading wide receiver this weekend, and I'm glad that he fucking showed up. CJ Board had a great catch. We don't want those guys. We want Kadarius Toney, Jason Garrett. Maybe you should think about that guy. Maybe use him a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming Garrett wasn't involved in the decision of drafting him, and he has something against him or something. I don't know, because he just doesn't like to use him. Which, again, I think if you're in this...
Smart, yeah, we got a first-round pick. Let's just sit him and not do shit with him.
I'm sorry, even if you think, okay, well, we've only just drafted his first year, we need to eat blah, 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 blah. No, when you're in this bad of a position...
He's not a quarterback.
Fuck it, just stick him in. Wait, what?
He's not a quarterback. If you're like trying to ease somebody into a position, you would with a quarterback, but you would not do that with a fucking wide receiver. You throw him out there. Unless he's got an injury.
Especially when you're in this bad of a position.
Yeah.
Why not?
And they moved the ball against Washington the week before. They should have been able to do that. It was like they looked at film, and rather than being like, okay, well, this worked, so let's go back to that, they were like, that worked. Can't use that again. Can't use that. Like, they took everything that they did well against Washington away and did the opposite of that. And it was a terrible strategy, obviously. It doesn't, like, 14 points against the fucking Falcons when the goddamn Eagles could hang like 40 on them. They were giving up 30 points a game, and we can't get 20 against them. Jason Garrett fucking sucks. I hate him.
And again, how many times did we get in the red zone and end up field goal?
All of them it felt like. And then Saquon got in, and that was it. But it's stupid. We had one touchdown. I know it looks like we had two. No, we had one touchdown, and we got a 2-point conversion because Danny ran over a 305-pound lineman because he's a man. That's my quarterback. That's a guy that's trying to fucking win games for his team, not a guy that's just like, fuck you, I'm just going to sit back and do nothing. That's what Jason Garrett does.
Weezy's angry now. Weezy's getting angry.
Weezy's furious.
Fuck you, Jason Garrett. Go back to the Cowboys.
We're fucked against the... I'm not going to make a score prediction. We're going to lose. We're fucked. We're going to lose by double digits. It's going to be bad. I'm going to hate it.
And the only saving grace that I might have for the next game is that next Sunday I'm in England and they don't show all the games, so I might get lucky and they might not show the Giants game, and I might just not have to suffer that.
There you go.
Which would be quite nice. Because I know if it's on, I'm going to watch it, but hopefully, if it's not, oh well, it's out of my hands.
Right.
I'll just enjoy my Sunday. I just won't check the score. I think that's a pretty good summary, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
that
about the
shit show.
Giants anymore.
Let's talk about a team that actually wins games.
But the Giants ruined it. It didn't even. I texted you that yesterday. I was doing some prep and just I was so mad, and I was like, well, West Ham fucking lost. No, West Ham actually won 2 times. Why am I? And no, I don't know. I was just so mad at the Giants that I just assumed everybody lost. But no, West Ham won twice. We got talk about rooting against your team. I was rooting for us to lose because we don't have the depth to be Carabao Cupping it and FA Cupping it and Europa and Premier Leaguing it. I'm happy that we beat Man United, but I would have definitely swapped games, beat Man United and lost against them too. I want to win the one that we almost drew.
I mean, before we jump into that game, the Man United game, if I recall correctly, I do believe on last week's show when we was predicting the team changes for that game, I do believe that we predicted Areola would be in goal. Yep. Fredericks, Ben Johnson, Diop, Dawson, Krul, Noble. We predicted pretty much that whole team.
Dawson man of the match, by the way.
Days before it. You reckon so?
He got the award.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was your man.
No, he had the little skull with the horns trophy.
Wait,
that's what they care about. That's the
yeah.
Isn't it a skull? Is the care about
poor man's Red Bull.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to go with as your mascot.
Yeah.
Dead Red Bull. Dead Bull.
But yeah, I thought at that game, again, I will give credit where credit is due. He is sometimes played bad, poorly a couple of times. But pretty much since being dropped from regular play, Issa Diop, whenever he has just been called upon randomly, has, you would not guess that he doesn't play week in, week out, because he just came in and he bossed it. He was so impressive. Even last week when he was teaming up with Zuma in the Europa League, he teamed up with Dawson against United. I thought it was solid.
I agree. Yeah, it's he knows he's got to go perform every single time he's out there. He's not going to even get those looks. But I do appreciate him giving us his all, and especially at a game like that. I mean, we were able to get it done. And I don't know. Does Areola need to start over Fabianski? Because Fabianski can't seem to keep a clean sheet worth shit.
I mean, it's the
a
old
different
adage,
team.
you don't change.
Manu.
As I say, you don't change a winning team. But I would definitely not go. I mean, I'm getting ahead of ourselves and look at the preview. But we've got obviously the European game on Thursday. I would definitely put Areola in goal for that.
Yeah, maybe let Fabe start against
Brentford
against Brentford on Sunday, but I don't know.
But no, Areola, and he put. I mean, if those were my two. I mean, Dawson, I'm not going to knock him. He played well, but if I had to pick a man of the match for that game, it was between Diop or Areola. Areola pulled out some great saves, kept us in the game. And I mean, that was pretty much the story of the game. We scored early, and then we was like, that's it. And we just shut up shop. And we just stopped
and then they dominated. They dominated possession that second half, and it was not looking great. And then in the Carabao, do you go to penalties?
Yeah, if it's drawing off straight after 90, there's no extra time. So after 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties.
Okay, I didn't know. It's the FA Cup. You have to do the replay, right?
I think it might be early on, but I think after a certain point they scrapped replays as well because the fixture congestion, as they said.
No, that makes. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible idea, especially if you would tie Barnsley And I said, cool, we'll just play Barnsley midweek and then play the Thursday game and then play on Saturday. And
Well, I think
that
they
would
kept it
suck.
for the early rounds. I think like the first, second, third, because the third and fourth, like, that's when the big teams enter the FA Cup. So the whole idea of having the replay was, so if you're like a team from the 7th division who no one's
Like
ever heard
Wrexham
of,
could have Man United have
and you
to
get
come
Man
in.
United, and then you're playing at home. Pretty much, even it's weird, but you're almost playing for a draw because you want the replay at Old Trafford because then you're going to get a shit ton of money from the ticket sales because they share. It's weird. So that was like the magic of the cup, where like the small team would get drawn away to a big team and they'd make loads of money off of it. So I think now they've scrapped it. I think it's like for maybe like the 5th round onwards, where they're kind of like, none of those teams are probably going to be in the tournament anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, great. I mean, I think there's not much more to say. I think it was a shame that Noble had that one-on-one with the keeper. I thought that would have been beautiful, almost like apropos.
Noble
He
missing
missed-
in a clutch situation against Man United. Where have I seen that before?
He just can't score against Man United in the last couple of minutes.
He's old.
And Yarmolenko, I think, did he hit the bar?
Mm-hmm. We had a couple of them that hit the bar, but overall, it was a solid performance, especially in the first half.
Very solid. And then I guess, what do you? Okay, well, what did you think of Kral? Because that was his first game for the team.
I mean, I feel like he's still fitting into the system, but I think he works well with him. Like I liked what I saw out of him for the most part. There were a couple of things he could improve on, but he's still figured it out.
I mean, even though I predicted he would get partnered up in the middle with Noble, because I just thought that's how Moyes is going to work. If I was Moyes' idea, I think I would have put him with Souček. Even though you want to save him from the league game, I think him working with his countryman, his best friend, the guy who plays for Czech Republic, I think that might have settled him better in the game. But I mean, what do I know? I'm not anyone. But no, I thought he looked good, and sucks to be Man United.
Yeah, it does.
Now they're out.
Fuck them.
And then the main one, which was a very stressful game, is when we played Leeds in the Premier League.
Yeah, could not have been made more stressful.
Like, because we were not looking good.
We looked awesome.
For the
The
first
15, 20 minutes, it felt like I was like, dude, we're going to get like 4 goals in this game. Because we had so many opportunities in the very beginning and just their keeper made that save at one point and it just felt like, okay, and then it settled down for a little bit. And then we just looked like shit, dude. We go down.
So we didn't. For the first time when we went a goal down, usually, recently, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you're going to score? Well, fuck you. And we just, like, go nuts. But this was the first time where it's like they scored and it was, I don't know what happened. We just kind of went into our shells and
we're in a daze.
it didn't look good. And then, fast forward. See, this is so Bowen scored, but obviously it's been put down as Junior Firpo's own goal.
Bowen's goal.
Yeah, because I think as long as the shot is going to be on target before it hits the player, I think it should go down to the striker. Because as far as I'm aware, I think that was going in, or at least going on target.
I think it would have gone. It would have gone in, I think.
But he did the knee slide. He celebrated it. And then our main man, Mikel Antonio. What a goal.
That got
What
at 90th minute.
goal.
90th minute goal. I mean, I was happy that we at least were not going to lose to Leeds. That would have been clearly worst case scenario. But it's just, I feel like we've had so many draws lately that like should have been wins or felt like they should have been wins. I was like, another one of these, like, that's going to really hurt us later on in the season. It hurt us, like, it kept us from Champions League positions last year. I felt like where there were a couple of draws that we made that just we should have gotten all 3 points. And the fact that we were able to pull them out of our ass right there at the very end was a hell of a goal by Antonio. And yeah, it's awesome when he's in our lineup, isn't it?
Well, what made it even better was because one, how we changed in the second half, because once we got our goal, it was all West Ham. And it was just getting more and more frustrated, where it was kind of like, are we going to draw this game? We should win this game. But they played very well to keep us out. But what was amazing about that goal was how Antonio was the one, if you watch the replay, Antonio was the one that won the ball back deep in our half. And then he just went off.
Put the team on his back.
I'm always worried about his damn hamstrings, though. But he went off and took that ball, took it around their defender, and slided it home beautifully. But then
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
But then we had the nerve, because there was like 4 minutes of added on time, and I was like, still a little bit nervous. But Bobby, sorry, late to the party, mate. I get off work at 5 and then have to drive home. No worries.
What's up, Alex? Oh.
We're just talking about West. We've already talked about Giants, so don't even bring them up.
Fuck the Giants, man.
Fuck the Giants. Fuck Jason Garrett. But yeah, I felt. Do you know who I felt? But even though he hasn't obviously played very well for us recently, like he hasn't reached his first year potential. He's not even where he plays for the Ukraine. He hasn't played as well for that. But I always feel, because it's been a couple of times this season where we are winning and we need to waste time, and Yarmolenko gets brought on for literally like the last 15 seconds, and he runs like a couple of yards, and then they blow the whistle.
He's better than we've been using him, right?
Yeah, I think he deserves more of a... I mean, hopefully maybe against...
tomorrow.
Rapid Vienna on Thursday. Tomorrow's Champions League. Next year we'll be playing on Wednesdays in Champions League.
Right, that's my mindset, I meant.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, any other word? Because it was just a pretty standard, very good. Again, Kurt Zuma and Ogbonna. I think actually that was the first time they played together, right? Because I think they've been very mix and matching.
Yeah, I don't know. I've really loved everything I've seen out of Zuma. I think Zuma's been awesome.
He did. I mean, I think I used this compliment last week, but again, I think he did the same thing against Leeds. It was almost like you just see a Leeds player pick up the ball, and then out of nowhere, Zuma would just like fly in. Like, fuck it, no.
He's zooming all over the field.
Because there's one. Was it this game where I think the Leeds player was thinking, "Hey, I'm just going to take this ball on my chest," and then Zuma just out of nowhere just batters him from the back and heads the ball away, just destroys him. It was beautiful to watch. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, me too. He's been worth every penny so far, or whatever they have, every pound.
Every pound. Solid. I guess moving on. I guess. We've got Alex with a prediction. We didn't do score predictions because he's very. Since I missed a Giants session, score prediction Sunday: Giants 30, Saints 7. Jesus, Alex.
I hope Alex is right. I feel like it will be closer to the reverse of that.
I would be shocked if we get
Saints
7 points.
30, Giants 7 seems more likely, but I hope Alex is right.
I mean, if we do get on the scoreboard, I think it's going to be maybe 3 or 6. I think Gano's going to be the only one that scores.
No, we'll probably get like 9 points. Yeah.
Good old Graham. And then, so this week, what do we have to look forward to? Rapid Vienna, who... What do you think?
Well,
let's look up the Austrian Bundesliga right now.
Yeah, from everything I know from Austria, Hitler was from Austria, I believe, originally.
Indeed.
So, not a great look, Vienna. Vienna sausages, I know that those are good.
So they're in the Austrian Bundesliga. There are 12 teams in the Austrian Bundesliga, and after 9 games, they are 11th out of 12.
What? They lose everybody from last year?
I don't know, but they are doing terribly.
Okay, so hopefully that continues. I feel a lot better now.
Yeah, well, I think the general... I mean, everyone's saying pretty much...
That's what West Ham does when they...
draw. Because everyone's been saying, well, Dynamo Zagreb's the toughest opponent in that group, so when West Ham dominated them 2-0, so be a walk in the park. And I was like, oh, fuck, we're going to lose the next game.
Yeah,
but
we shouldn't. Let's not.
I hope Moyes continues the the sentiment of like putting out an extremely strong side, because I think, like I say, I think last week or the week before, where we need to win the first 4 games and then we can kind of relax. Okay, we've won the group. Now let's
chill out.
Chill out for a bit and focus on the league again. Because I think we have. I mean, even though, I know we're blurring the lines between the next 2 games, but I think even though Brentford played, did you watch the Brentford Liverpool game?
I did not. I think I was on during football.
Yeah.
During college football.
But yeah, a buddy of mine, because I went. When was it? Was that? Wait. No, it was Saturday, wasn't it? Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
It was like the late game on Saturday.
Yeah, so after the West Ham game, I went off and went whale watching because I got told I had to. But it was pretty cool. But I remember being out. I saw whales. I saw several whales.
Like where? On the Hudson?
I don't think it's that. No, it's in the Atlantic. But yeah, we just jetted off of. You could see, but it's really cool. Like you see the New York skyline and these whales fucking around. It was pretty.
That's tight.
Pretty cool. Got some videos, but they're, as you can imagine, they look shit because it's like you see it in your naked eye, it looks amazing, but on the phone, you just see this like black bump going.
You got plenty of mental photos of it though.
Exactly.
High quality.
But yeah, my buddy was like, "Are you watching the Liverpool game?" And I was like, "No." And I looked it up. I was like, "Holy shit!" They came back 3-3 against Liverpool. So I mean, they're not a shit team. So, but I think we should be able to take them, hopefully. So I think we could, but I think it's going to have to be another one of those strong team Thursday, strong team on Sunday, because we have to. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It feels like I think we should win tomorrow, definitely.
Thursday.
I think we should win. Or why do I keep acting? I don't know.
To be honest, I thought it was tomorrow as well earlier.
I thought yesterday was like Tuesday, because yesterday that's why I started doing prep, and then I realized I was like, oh no, I don't have to do the podcast today. And I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that it feels a lot like the Leeds situation, which is bad. Yeah, where I feel like it's a game that like I didn't even realize Leeds is like in the relegation zone right now. I know it's still early.
Well, yeah, because they haven't won a game this year. So that's why I was like, oh, fuck, they're going to get their first win against us. It's going to happen. Of course it is.
I mean, I don't know. Brentford is a pretty likable team. I couldn't name you 5 guys from Brentford, but
Ben Rama came from them.
I know he did that. I knew that. But
wouldn't it be great if he scores against them? That'd be Benny Hanna hat-trick against Brentford. Oh.
I think it was like the Killer Bees lineup was what he was part of when he was in the championship, where there was 2 other guys with the name B. I think they both got sold. You thought yesterday was today from tomorrow. I get it, yeah.
And you did promote an event on Sunday that's happening on Saturday.
I did. See, my days are all over the place right now. I don't know, man. Giants broke my brain again. But I think that it feels like a draw against Brentford. I'm going to say West Ham 2-1. Still, I'm just going to go West Ham 2-1 or 3-2 probably, with Brentford being able to score. And if Fabianski's in there, Fabianski gives up some soft goals. I don't know. I think we win, I'll say 2-0 tomorrow, Europa. Maybe 2-1. I'm just going with it as a bit, but it's part of the bit now. On Thursday, I would say 2-1. We beat Rapid Vienna. And then I'm going to go 2-1 in both of these games.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think what we should do, if David Moyes is listening, I know he is. I think against Rapid Vienna, we should kind of go through a mixture of the team we played against United and the team we played against Leeds. I think we should definitely drop Fabianski in Europe, at least, and put Areola back in goal. I think he deserves that. But I think we should drop Antonio. I think we should rest him. Keep him.
Vlasic. I'm cool with that.
Put Vlasic or maybe Vlasic back in there, or maybe even Bowen. Give him another start up.
I like that too.
But yeah, I think there's no need to put him in there, or but put him on the bench. I'd say. So if it's not looking good, then we can put him on for the last 25 minutes, like a fresh Antonio running at tired bottom of the Austrian Bundesliga defenders. I think that could be fun.
I hope we just blow the doors off him, dude.
Yeah.
That would be sick. What about you? What is your prediction?
See again, so it's weird because I don't know. Because it was the same last week when we were saying about the United. We couldn't predict the United game because you have no idea who's going to be playing, and I feel that the Vienna game is the same. I have no idea if it's going to be a strong side again or if he's going to rest some players. But yeah,
I think it'll be a strong side. I think it'll be a stronger side than we think. Because it's Europa, and again, like you gotta start off strong in Europa, and I think Moyes obviously knows that.
So I think to be different, I'm going to go with 3-0 West Ham against Vienna, and then
I like that.
Brentford. I am going to go. What did you went 3-2? I'm going to go. Yeah, we're definitely. If Fabianski's in goal, we're definitely conceding. So I'm going to go 3-1.
I like that.
Antonio, Benihana, and Suchek. Going for it.
All right. I'm not going to predict scorers, but I think somebody will score.
Speaking of Suchek, I don't know who was commentating on the West Ham Leeds game. I don't know whether that was the same with the English feed or if it was like an American feed. But he just kept pronouncing his name Soucek, and it really started to annoy me.
I thought I heard that. We didn't have the volume up all the way, but I thought that I heard a couple of those at least.
It was just annoyed me. But yeah, Real Madrid, yep, Champions League, lost to Sheriff 2-1. Which I was mocking.
There's a
Sheriff.
New sheriff in town, am I right, fellas?
There's a snake in my boots. But yeah, because I was mocking them because when we played Dynamo Zagreb, I was saying, well, we should easily beat Dynamo Zagreb because they lost to a team from Moldova called Sheriff. Right. And then they go and beat Real Madrid 2-1. So maybe Who knows? I mean, Real Madrid aren't as good as a team as they were last year, but still, they should beat Moldovan Premier League team Sheriff.
You would think. I don't know who they started, though.
I'm still assuming they started the best.
They have a pretty quality squad, yeah, I would imagine.
But there you go. Well, I think we've done that quite nicely. I think I've again exercised the demons. I can now go get my hair cut in peace.
There you go. Nice. You're heading over across the pond, huh?
I mean, I don't know if my mum's gonna listen to this, but I haven't told my mum. So it's a secret.
JK. I was just kidding. I'm heading over across the pond. That's what I'm doing.
I'm sure my mum's not watching this live, so it's fine. But so yeah, next week. So I mean, we're doing this on live on air. Who cares? Next week, shall we do a show on Monday or push it back to Thursday? Because I won't be available Tuesday.
Let's do Monday.
Okay. So I will be in England using my shitty old 10-year-old MacBook. So hopefully it'll work out okay.
Excited about that.
If not, then we may have to.
We'll just have a week off. We'll let you know.
Something. Yeah.
We'll let you know.
But if we are live, it'll be on Monday at around the same time. 6 o'clock work for you? Or 5 o'clock your time work for you? Monday?
Yeah. Works. That works.
And then to get more of us coming up this week, we've got new episodes of our other podcasts. Pasta Gravy tomorrow. Rod Ryan says it's a bunch of stupid questions on there. I'd like to disagree.
I mean, great ideas. This is just a big think tank. It's really what Pasta Gravy is. And we hit the hard-hitting issues. I mean, tomorrow we're going to talk about the national treasure that is Eli Manning and how great he is on Monday Night Football broadcast. We're going to talk about R. Kelly a little bit about R. Kelly going to jail for Alex O's questions are not stupid. So I think you have great questions, Alex. I would never call your questions stupid. Pat might, but I would disagree with him, and you know that because you listen to the podcast. But I got some great ideas. I'm gonna throw out there. Yeah, ladles, boomerangs. We do have a couple boomerang questions I will be answering. Ooh. And we'll tell you what's not cool, and answer the rest of your questions. So tune in, Pass the Gravy Podcast at Pass the Gravy Pod. And then also finale night for Big Brother is tomorrow night, Wednesday night, tomorrow night. See, I got the day right.
Straight after
so
West Ham's Europa League game.
Yeah, right. So if you watch Big Brother, tune in. We have finale night coverage tomorrow after the episode. But yeah, Pass the Gravy and Pass the Gravy Bro, both episodes will be available tomorrow.
Boom.
Waffle Box.
Tomorrow, Waffle Box, we got a... Sorry, I misread Alex's message there. I thought he said ladies and boomerangs. Woo! It's a good name for a bar. Tomorrow, Waffle Box, we're going to be talking about the Netflix show Squid Game. Did you watch? Have you watched that?
Never. No, that was a thing. Sounds cool. Squid Game.
It's a Korean TV show, like a drama thriller, and it's basically like a game show meets Hunger Games, and it's weird as shit, but it's still pretty awesome. So we're going to talk about that.
Sounds cool.
And also the new Mario movie. It's coming out soon next year. We're going to be talking about the choices of the voice actors and some of the controversy coming out from that, even though it's not controversy, it's just one person bitching. And then we're going to talk about the new Transformers movie, or the old Transformers movie, the cartoon movie that got re-released in beautiful 4K. And my boy Kush went and saw that, and he's going to talk about his experience with that. So check that out. Brand new episode tomorrow, Waffle Box Pod. Or if you want all the links, go to enjoywafflebox.com.
There you go.
Beautiful. All right, well, that wraps it. Like I say, if you want to join us again live next week, special day, Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, as I will be stressing myself out trying to get back from JFK on next Tuesday, and I'll be very angry. So I don't want to do a show. But there you go.
Understandable.
Right. Until next week, don't forget...
Seahorses forever.
See you next
Come on, you guys.
Monday.